Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Lacey Absolute Center's weekly meeting. It's April 23rd, 2024. I hope you're all doing well. We have our meeting etiquette. So thank you all for being on time. Really appreciate it. We start our meetings on time. We can finish on time, have more time to socialize and learn from each other. And then when you're not actively speaking or when someone is presenting, please be on mute. And if you can, save all your questions for the end. We'll have some open sharing time. Just be respectful of others. And also, bring your notebook and take some notes. You never know what you're going to learn. And if your hair is a mess, you can just be on audio only and not have your camera on. But if your hair is beautiful like mine, then you can keep your video on so everybody can see your smiling face. Today's agenda, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start our meeting with the company motto, as we always do. We're going to learn about social media. We're going to learn some things here. We have a wonderful presentation coming up on that. And we'll have some product review and then some open sharing time. And then we'll finish with the company motto. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is our company motto. So if I could have everybody, please share or turn on your audio and get ready to do the company motto together. Company motto ready?
Yes. Yep.
Yes.
Go.
Cherish the spirit, break the vision, follow the faith, serve in humility.
Very good. All right. Now we'll go back on mute and go to the next part here. We are going to be learning about creating reels on Instagram or Facebook by Emily Patch. So everybody give her a huge round of applause.
Hello.
Hello.
All right. I'm going to share my screen here. Apologize.
That's okay.
All right.
There you go.
So today I am actually just going to focus just on Instagram. So I'm sure many of us have Instagram and utilize it. And getting ahead of myself here. All right. So when you open up Instagram, it automatically takes you to your home screen. With Instagram, they do give you the option. So if you don't already have Instagram, and you decide you wanted to use it as a platform for your Atomy business, they do give you the option, just like a lot of other social media accounts, to have either a public profile or a personal profile. When you are going to use it for social media or for Atomy, you're going to want to make sure you have it set to public profile. One thing Instagram does is it does give you the option to have what's called like a creator account. And the way a creator account varies from just a personal account is it gives you access to Instagram's entire music options. And it also allows you to reach more people because everything we post on it will be public. So anybody on Instagram, has a potential of hopping into their Instagram feeds. So another thing that a creator account gives you access to that you would not have on just a typical profile is what's called insights or a professional dashboard. So I wanted to show you what that kind of looks like before I actually get into showing you how to create a reel. So when you're on your home screen, you can, so on the very bottom of your screen, on the lower right-hand corner, you're going to see kind of your picture. So when you click on your picture, it takes you to your own personal, like your page. And this is exactly like what it would look like if anybody else were to click on your page and look at what reels or content you have on it. But if you kind of see right underneath, right kind of right above where you see like all those circles in the middle, you'll see professional dashboard. So when you click on that, it will bring up kind of within a month period. So as you can see, let's see here. So if you kind of see up here, it's showing you from March 24th to April 22nd. And so within that month, you can kind of see an overview of like how many accounts you've reached, how much engagement you have, how many total followers you have. And that's not just new within that month, it's your total followers. And you can kind of see what percentage you have more than the previous month before that. So it's really nice to see all of that information, having a creator account. And another way you can access that is if you click on the drop down button here, and if you were to scroll and in the for professionals area, you can click on insights, and that will also show you kind of within like the last week how many accounts you reached, how many new followers, and all of that. So it's really nice to be able to kind of see that and just seeing the growth of your account. All right. So to create a reel, you have a couple of different ways you can do it here. So when you're on your home screen, you have an option to either click this little plus sign down at the bottom, or sorry, so we're going to click that. So apologize that it's going on a video. So when you click on that plus screen, it's automatically going to default and go to the last type of post that you last created. I last created a reel, so it's going to automatically put us on to create a reel. However, if you usually just post pictures, it's automatically going to go to post. So I'm going to go through, and now I'm going to select what types of pictures and what I want to include in my reel. So I'm clicking on, you see that little blue circle that I have right there. If you click on that, that allows you to go and select multiple pictures or any videos that you want to include in your reel. So I'm going to go through, and it doesn't matter what order you click them. You can go and rearrange those later. I have a picture in there I don't want. 1 second. All right. All right. So you have your pictures and things you want to use in it. Just waiting for it to load. So now to edit, gives you the option to, if you swipe up, you can edit, or in the lower left hand, there's the edit video. You can hit that and that will take you to edit the video as well. So in the very bottom of your screen, you'll see that kind of like bottom toolbar where it says edit, add audio, add text, and so on. Those are the toolbar of all the different actions you can use when you want to edit your reel. So the first one I wanted to show you is the reorder one. It is the second from the right. So when you click on reorder, that allows you to change the order of how you want your videos or your pictures to be. So when you want to, and then when you want to change the order, you select, push and hold, and then you can move things to the front or you can move things to the back. So I want to, so it's a picture I want in the first, and then I'm going to have the video that I made show up as well. And then all right. Then hit done. I scroll through and you can see it. Just make sure you have everything in the right order that you want it in. All right. And then if you guys take a look at this icon on the far right of your screen, it's kind of like a play button with a plus. You hit that button, that allows you to go back to your camera roll. And if you forgot to grab a picture that you wanted to include in here, you could select that picture to include at the end as well. And I'm actually going to hit that because at the end of my reels, I have an image that I always include, and it is the Atomy logo. And then I have it right here. So I always include the Atomy logo, and then it's kind of my handle for the Facebook group that we have. And then I also have my handle for Instagram also. I kind of use that as like a closing slide. So one big thing with reels that when you start out, I always want to say start out simple. So you could always take screenshots of pictures that you find in the Atomy app. They utilize a lot. They have a ton of information in there for the products. So it's always great to just screenshot, use those, put them together and share them. Or you can also, as you're scrolling through and looking at other people's reels, or if you're looking for pictures on the internet, you can, as long as there's no rights or anything to them, you can screenshot or save those as well to include in your reels. Or you can take pictures or create video on your own and So it's a little bit more personal, and then include those in your reel also. And then on those pictures, if one thing that's really good to do is also add like some text or things that you want to call out that you feel is important to the product that you're making a reel on. So with the red Korean ginseng here, we know that it's good for boosting your antioxidants, increasing your memory, your blood circulation, it boosts your immunity, and then it helps minimize or decrease your fatigue. And because I have an image as my first image for it, I don't really want to put much text on that first image because think of it as like a cover photo. And then I also have some information or some screenshots that I grabbed at the back of the reels too in some pictures. So I have a couple of pictures here. This one and this one are pictures that I took on my own of the red ginseng. And then I also have a couple of screenshots of the red ginseng jelly that's available too, which this, if you look here, this picture, it does have some of those benefits listed at the top, but I don't want to just have that there and just expect that people are really gonna, because they might not actually watch this reel to the end. They might just scroll by it. Or since it is smaller print, they might not even read the entire slide. So one thing I like for Reels is that they allow you to add your own text onto it. And so that's exactly what I'm going to do here. So that's one thing I'm going to do here in the video that I took. And this video that's playing right now is something I actually just did this evening by taking little clips of video together and splicing them together to make one full video. And when you add text, you can add it right on top of this video. And I can actually select where in the video that I want it to do that. So to add video or add text, excuse me, you back in that bottom toolbar, the third one from the left here for the added text, you can click on this button here. And that will take us right to your reel. And this is where you can select what text you want to include in your message that you want to put on your video. So I'm going to put something that is, you can increase its memory or boost memory. I'm going to put boost memory. All right. And then you can select what you want your font to look like. So each of these each of these squares of font, each letter A's, you can kind of scroll through and figure out which one you want to include in on it. All right, let's go with that one. So you can move it around. And you can actually change the color too. So in that colorful circle right at the top here, if you click on that, it allows you to select what color you want it to show. So ginseng, let's have it in orange. All right, so you can move it around. So right now it doesn't really matter where it is on the screen because we can always edit and switch it out. But I'm going to put a few things on here for the benefits. So I'm also going to do increases circulation. You can select the color. And then it's also do decreases fatigue. All right. So now you see all those long purple boxes. Those are each one of the text that I added. So we're able to move them around where we want them on the video. So this one highlighted is decreases fatigue. So I want to have it start kind of right as that video starts. I can move it. So now if we scroll, we would see how it pops up. So I can move this to where each one kind of comes in on its own. Okay. All right. I'm going to hit play just so we can kind of see what that looks like now, having the font in there. And we can always go back and change the color, whatever you want for the font to look at. I just want to show you guys so you're able to see kind of how they come in at varied points. All right, and then they disappeared there. All right. Um, okay. So if we wanted to go back and edit these or make them longer, we can always pull it out to extend them if you want them to last longer on your pictures. Or say this boost memory, I want to edit how that one looks. So we can highlight it and hit that pencil, that edit, click on it, and we can make it bigger. We can change the color so it doesn't blend in if you want. You can do the same for this one, make it bigger. And you can look and see how that looks also. All right. Well then another thing, a big thing with Reels here is audio. So if you wanted to add audio to your reel, you have a couple of areas where you can select to do that. So you may have already seen here, but big place you can do that is right here underneath where your pictures are. You see that box that says tap to add audio. You can also select the second from the left here for add audio. And they both, no matter where you hit it, they both do the same function. So I'm going to click on the tap to add audio. And I'm going to, all right. So when you add audio, if you click on the play button right next to the name of the song, that allows you to have a preview of the song or what that song sounds like. You can also click on the little banners to the right here, and if you hit that on one of the songs, when you want to use in a lot of your reels or you really like it, that kind of saves it as like a favorite. So they'll show up at the top of your list. And then if you want to select the song, you can actually just click like right on that song name to select it. And that's the one that will select for your reel. If you accidentally hit the wrong one, you do have the option to click on the add audio and you can go and pick a different song if you want. So let's see. Right. All right. So once you select your song, you can, I'm going to show you guys how I did that because I'm not sure how loud it was coming through on your guys's. But right here in that toolbar, the third from the right is that volume button. So when you click on that, that allows you to adjust how loud the song will be in your reel. Or if there is some speaking in that video or some background noise, you are able to adjust the sound of your video that you might be including in it. So I'm going to click on that volume button. So here, the Eclipse is the song that I chose for the reel or for the music. I can adjust how loud I want that to show or how long to be in the reel. And then that clips audio. So because I have a video in here, I know there's some background noise in that video, and I just muted all of that. So we won't hear any of the background in the original audio. All we'll be hearing is the music for the song that I chose. All right, so can edit the reel itself a little bit. So in the still images that I have here, every image that you add, it automatically is going to be 5 seconds. So for some of the images, you might not want them to show up for that whole 5 seconds. So you can make them last longer if there's more words on it, or you can choose to have them be not as long. So for this first one, it's kind of like the cover, we can decrease that down to like 3 seconds. And then this one does have more wording, so we can keep that at 5. And move this one down to 3. All right. I'm gonna go back to the start and All right. Uh, all right, so it's freezing on me a little bit. I apologize for that. So I'm gonna go scroll through quick here. And at the end here, they'll let me do it. All right, my app is freezing on me, so I'm just going to go to the next part of it. So after you have your whole video made, in the upper right hand corner, this blue circle up here, that is kind of like when you're done and you want to go ahead and share it and post it onto your Instagram. I'm going to click that blue arrow, and it has the first picture that you put on your reel, and it's kind of your cover page or cover image. And right underneath that, you'll see where it says write a caption or add a poll. So adding a caption, that's where you're going to want to put more kind of some detailed information about the product that you're making a reel on. So one thing I've always recommended is use your notes app that you have in your phone, and kind of start creating pages in on for information that you're going to use a lot or frequently on any reels that you're going to include. So it could be hashtags that you're going to use all the same hashtags on your reels, or if it's going to be some general information about Atomy. I have, so in mine, for my notes, I have a generic Atomy one that I have some. So right here is kind of an example of like a business one where I have some general information about Atomy, including that there's no sign up fee and no stock, no selling, all that information. Having notes in here is really good because you can just kind of copy and paste, and it's really easy to add those captions. So you're not having to free text everything out all the time. So I have one for the Korean red ginseng here that I kind of have saved, and I'm gonna just copy and paste some of the information for it. Let's see, actually, this is for the jelly. So, copy and paste this one. So can be mixed with hot and cold water. And pasting in the benefits that it has. And then also in this area, you're going to want to put in some type of call to action. So it can be like, message me for more details. Let me know if you're interested. And then you can put some hashtags. So one thing that Instagram did change from last time I did a teaching on social media is now I guess you can only have one hashtag when you do a reel. If you were to create a post with just multiple pictures, you can still have up to 30 hashtags in each one. For reels, though, like I said, it's only one now for some reason. So I'm going to do Let's do memory boost. Okay. So typing in that, there's only 3 posts, so that's not a big one. So let's just do, okay. Yeah. All right. So then next here, if you see the tag people. So this is an area where you can invite other people to be a collaborator. One thing that I do is Sandy, I always tag her in mine, because then when you invite a collaborator, if they accept, their username also shows up on the reel, and anybody who sees that reel will see their username as well. And then that reel or post would automatically show up on their profile also, which is really good, especially for us being like a team. That way we can each make reels that help each other out, especially if like some of us might be struggling on, I don't know how to make a reel, or I'm still struggling on how to do it, or I can't think of any ideas. It's a good way for all of us to work together. And then also having other people who might have more followers or more friends, or might be more active on social media than other people. It's a way for your reel to be seen by even a bigger audience. All right. And then for audience, so you can, right underneath that is audience. So that's where you can see that it says everyone. So because my account is public, it automatically defaults to everyone. So you don't need to change anything on that one. The only other thing that you could change if you want is down at the bottom where it says share to Facebook. I have that automatically set to share to Facebook, and it will share as like a post to Facebook. So if you don't have that set up, or you don't want it to do that, you can have it set in your settings so it doesn't do that. Or if you click on it, I can just turn it off, and I can choose if I want it to apply to all of my reels or just this one reel. So I can go ahead and I can switch that to off. And then you can hit share. And your reel will be, it'll show up once it's done loading. Okay. While that is loading, some other few points that I wanted to show you as well. So when you go to other reels that you have made, you can select them, and in the I'm going to my grid here. So right here underneath all of them, or as you're scrolling through, you'll see where there's that heart, that message, and then there's like paper airplane. So that heart is when you're scrolling through and you like anything. That's how you make a like on Instagram. The paper airplane, when you click on that, that is something that you can click on and share it to your story. So your story here is this right here. So add to story. And if you want to help getting your page seen by more people, adding multiple things to your Instagram story every day is a good way to boost your profile up in the algorithm. Another good thing is if you wanted to save or download anything to your reel to your phone, and that way you have it and you can use it later or post onto Facebook or send it to somebody. You can do that too by hitting that paper airplane and then clicking that download button. And then in your own profile again, or I'm gonna go back to the home screen. So at the top of your home screen, then you'll see kind of that heart and then that message sign up here. So clicking that heart, that's kind of where you see your notifications. So you can click on that, and you can click on, it shows you all the people that like have followed you for that day. Or if you have messages, you can click on the messages, and that will show you where all your messages are also. Do you have any new ones there? And I don't see that the reel had completely uploaded yet, but it's working on it. Uh-oh. All right. Looks like I'm having a connection issue. So Scott, I'm gonna send it back over to you.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you, Emily, for if you could stop sharing your screen then. There you go. Wonderful.
Okay.
Everybody give Emily a huge round of applause. That was great. Really, really great. And it's there's a lot to social media, right? There's a lot to creating those posts and those reels. And the best way to learn how to do that is just to start, just to make a simple post like Emily did there with a few pictures, and and just start making simple things. And what's really interesting about this is Emily told me that she first joined Instagram back in like October when she started Atomy, and she already has over 1,000 followers. I only have about 100 followers, so I got to step up my game, right? But that was a very, very useful lesson for all of us because we need to learn more about social media and building relationships and content for people to interact with. And because of that, Emily has received a lot of business through her social media platform. She's had people that have signed up and in Canada and other parts of the world, and people that interact with her because of that, because she's sharing that content. So thank you very much, Emily. Another round of applause for Emily.